Florida is a great place to start a group home, but there are a few things that trip people up. Let's walk through the must-know steps to set yourself up for success. The first step in opening a group home is determining the type of facility you want to establish and identifying the population you plan to serve. In Florida, group homes are categorized based on the resident's need, such as those for individuals with developmental disability, seniors, or people recovering from substance abuse. Adult family care homes accommodate up to 5 adults who require personal care and supervision, while assisted living facilities provide housing, meals, and assistance with daily activities. Group homes for people with developmental disabilities support individuals with conditions like autism, Down syndrome, or intellectual disabilities. Substance abuse recovery homes offer a structured environment for individuals overcoming addiction. Clearly defining your target population will help you align your services with their specific needs. We can't just say, I want to open a group home. We need to know which one it is. I personally own and operate residential assisted living homes, and in Florida, they're called ALFs, assisted living facilities. This is my favorite type of group home because we can serve seniors, cash flow well, and have a place if my loved one or your loved one ever needs care and assistance. It's the best of both worlds for me. A well-structured business plan is essential for outlining your goals, strategies, and financial projections. It serves as a roadmap for your group home and can help secure funding if needed. Start with a strong mission statement that is going to really define your purpose and long-term objections. Research the demand for group homes in your area, assess the competition, and explore potential partnerships. Then it's time to clearly detail the care and support services you'll offer, such as medical assistance, therapy, recreational activities. We've got to lay it all out. Describe the location and layout of your facility, along with the roles, qualifications, and training required for staff. Finally, provide a breakdown of startup costs, operational expenses, and your revenue projections, as well as potential funding sources to ensure financial stability. To operate legally in Florida, you're required to register your group home as a business entity. Choose a legal structure that fits your business's needs, such as sole proprietorship, limited liability company, an LLC, or corporation or nonprofit organization. File your business name and select a structure through the Florida Department of State. Then you can obtain an EIN, an employer identification number, through the IRS, and this is going to be used for tax purposes. And opening a bank account, all this good stuff, right? Make sure that you check with your county or city for specific permits and licenses required to operate a group home. Florida requires group homes to meet specific licensing and operational standards. Depending on the type of group home, you may need to work with agencies like the Agency for Persons with Disability, the Agency for Health Care Administration, or the Department of Children and Families. The licensing process is based on the population that you plan to serve, and the department is based on the population you plan to serve. When you submit your application, you're going to include detailed information about the home, services, staff qualification, and policies, and then you're going to conduct a Level 2 background screening for all the staff and volunteers. Your facility will also need to pass health and fire safety and building code inspections. Your staff must complete training specific to the population that your home plans to serve, such as first aid, CPR, or handling developmental disabilities. Choosing the right location for your group home is critical. The facility must meet state safety and accessibility requirements while being located in a supportive community. Check out your local zoning office to make sure that the property is zoned for group home use. The home should have adequate space for residents, including bedrooms and bathrooms and communal areas. Ensure compliance with the ADA, the Americans for Disabilities Act, including adding ramps and accessible bathrooms, as well as safety features like fire alarms, sprinklers, and emergency exits. Next, you'll create a detailed policies and procedures so that your home can operate smoothly and stay in compliance with state regulations. These documents will help guide your staff and provide clarity on day-to-day operations. Other important policies may include admission criteria and resident care plans, medication management, and even healthcare coordination. What about emergency preparedness? We've got to add that in, and evacuation plans, residents' rights, and grievance procedures, and even staff training and supervision. We've got to lay it all out, and I mean all of it. Opening a group home is a great feat, and I know I mentioned in the beginning you have to have a really big why for that particular group that you plan to serve. It's so important that you feel strongly about that because it will show in your work. If senior housing and opening an ALF or assisted living facility is the type of group home you're interested in, we've helped students all across Florida do just that. Students in Del Rey, Spring Hill, Jupiter, Orlando, Tampa, Miami, Lake Acres, just to name a few. And hey, nothing is stopping you from being next. Check out this video right here where you can learn how to cash flow $10,000 a month on just one ALF home in Florida. You know, starting a group home can involve significant upfront investment. Depending on the type of group home, costs may include facility acquisition, renovations, licensing fees, and staff salaries. You'll also want to consider different funding options, but never use your own personal savings. Use a small business loan instead, or look into government grants or nonprofit status, which allows you to seek donations and grants from private foundations. Or consider raising private money for this venture. You know, there's a lot of people getting a whopping 0%. And if you strike the wallet check mark and the heart check mark, they will want to invest in you. Florida requires specific training for group home employees based on the services provided. You must hire caregivers with experience in personal care and assistance, and nurses or healthcare professionals are required if any medical services are being offered. You're also required to have an administrator to handle operations and compliance. Staff should be trained in CPR and first aid, as well as resident care and behavior management. If you're going to be offering medication, they also need to be up to date on medication administration procedures, as well as safety and emergency protocols. You know, once your group home is licensed and you're ready, now it's time to attract the residents. Your marketing should focus on reaching healthcare providers, community organizations, and social service agencies. Create a professional website and use social media to promote your services. And host tours or open house events so people can check out your home in person. You can also consider partnering with healthcare providers who may refer clients to your facility. Operating a group home requires ongoing compliance with state and federal regulations. Regular inspections, audits, and staff training are necessary to maintain high standards. It's important to renew licenses and permits as required. Conduct regular staff training and performance reviews. Keep accurate records of resident care and financial transactions, and address resident concerns quickly and professionally. Remember, not all group homes are created equal. Depending on which type of group home you want to open, all of these things here may be slightly different or adjusted. So which type of home you want to do is the first step you need to find out. And before you keep diving in, if it is ALF, then go here. It's got all the info you need. I'll see you right there.